All right, I think we're live. Hello, it's Wednesday, the 10th of May, 2023. This is Plutus PBL live coding from Gimbal Labs. We get together every Wednesday and Thursday at 14:30 UTC to talk about pretty much anything that people are working on as they work through the Plutus PBL course. You can see on the screen that I'm sharing right here that the regular Miro board is posted. And for anybody who's at this meeting right now, I just dropped that link in the Zoom chat. If you're wondering how to get to the Zoom chat, you can head over to plutuspbl.io and click on the live coding link, where you can see links for today's call and upcoming live coding meetings. I'm going to leave this Miro board up in the background. So if anybody, you know the drill, you can propose questions or ideas for breakout rooms. But before we do, just wanted to share a couple of quick updates with you. The first is that we are halfway through the course. All of the BBK modules, which stands for Building Background Knowledge, are now published. So we've got 100 level onboarding, 200 level building background knowledge, or BBK. And we're going to pause for just a moment before releasing 300 level content. And the reason for that is twofold. One, we want to get as many people as possible, and anybody who wants to, through the first half of this course. And there's lots of questions I can imagine might come up throughout these modules. And two, we really want to get your feedback on what's most important to you before we start building content to help specialize. We can't help you specialize if we don't know what you actually want to specialize in. So if I can hand it off to Roberto for just a moment for a quick announcement about the mid-course survey. What you got for us?
Thanks, James. So as we reach the middle of the course, we are really looking forward to preparing the next section, the 300 level modules. And part of that is getting to know what your experience is and where your thoughts has been so far. So we designed a little bit of a short mid-course survey. You can find it at the main screen at ppbl.io, at our main website. And it's really short. It's just get your thoughts on what your progress has been so far, and any thoughts of improvements or recommendations that we can make to the course to make your learning experience better, more pleasurable, any roadblocks that you might have encountered on the way. So your feedback is going to be really valuable for us, not just for this course, but for future learners. And we'd really like to know what are any expectations, any thoughts that you might have during your learning process. And the announcement is also in our Discord on the Gimbal Apps server on the PPBL announcements channel. And I've also left there, you can DM me if there's anything that we might have missed that you have thoughts on that you'd like to share. Please reach out and let us know.
Awesome. Thank you. You know, it says on the homepage here, I hope you saw it when you first got started with the course. We're really serious about this goal. The reason we're building this course is we want to make things real. We want to help people become contributors to real projects. There's a lot of theory out there. It's absolutely thrilling to be engaged in a lot of these questions, but we also want to make sure that we're grounded, right, as we have these big conversations in the real projects that are sitting here right in front of us. So you can see this survey as a contribution, right? If you're looking for a way to start contributing, this is it right here. And it's going to be so exciting to know just what lights everybody up, what's working so far about the course for you and what's not yet. And then we can keep building that together. Anybody have any questions about the survey or just high level about the course so far? Yes, we're using Google's servers for this survey for now. We're still, we're still straddling an old world and a new one. So, a future thing would be to be able to collect this data right here directly in the course. And that's an example of something we might build someday. But thanks for understanding that for now we're using Google Forms because we got to start somewhere.
Where do you find the survey? Which
One place to find it is just on the home page, PPBL or PlutusPBL.io. There's an orange button now right here.
got it. Thank you.
But there's also a link to it at the beginning and the end of module 204. And I wanted to give you a quick overview. I don't think everybody has gotten to this point yet. I just want you to know that when you do get here, module 204 is a little bit different. If you're doing it right, you will get stuck. That's the point. And there are no videos after the introduction video. Okay, so as you start to move through, you'll see these are not called lessons. They're called steps in a guided project. And it's going to be up to you to take what's here in the documentation. And if you get stuck, get help or collaborate, or of course, bring questions for us to focus on here to live coding. But it's much more student driven, okay, at this halfway point in the course. And you'll see there's review learning targets. So yeah, we're in module 204, but you're going to have a chance to show that you've mastered, for example, learning target 101 or 102.5 or 103.1, right? You'll start to see those. I feel like an old radio announcer talking about the FM dial. But yeah, so I just want to show you that this is here today. And of course, this will be a source of questions moving forward, okay, whenever people are ready for that. In the meantime, what should we talk about today? I see one idea from Claudio in the chat. I'm going to write that one over in this breakout room. But I'll put on a timer just for a couple of minutes. I'll just set this 3-minute timer. Feel free to jump into the Miro board, add your ideas, or if you want to unmute and share some ideas by speaking up, go for it. And we'll talk again in a couple minutes. Hey, Soli, you're a little quiet for some reason.
Mirror link, can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, the Miro link coming at you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Would the hello, sorry. Would the eternal wallet conflict with the commit the token? Would that be a topic?
Oh, without a doubt. Yep.
Yeah, I have configured a single address, but I still get the error. And I move all of my tokens to that address.
There's a connection between that, so we can look at eternal validation error. These are connected topics, right? And we might realize it's not happening for the same reason in both cases, but yeah, we can troubleshoot the commitment to module 203.1, and we can investigate the eternal validation error, but also what I'm hearing you say, Sebastian, is that didn't, you changed and it didn't fix it. So we can look at that too. I think that can all fit into one breakout room. What else? So there's this is like commitment logic. Commitment transaction logic. From the questions over on the right-hand side, if you want to drag anything from here over to a potential breakout room, go for it.
Quick question on the breakout rooms. So when the breakout room is created, is it somebody from the team that hops on to help, or is it just like, okay, anybody that is interested in the subject, go in there and try to figure stuff out?
It's the latter for now. But yeah, I think we can, as we build the capacity of our team, we can start to make sure that we're meeting the needs of all breakout rooms. That's going to be a work in progress, and it might be some people here moving from student role to teacher role in order to help us achieve that goal over the next few months.
Okay.
There's a section in the survey that asks about improvements to the live coding and the Discord server. It would be really appreciated if you guys could share any thoughts on how to improve those spaces there.
All right, so far what I see, there's some great questions over here. And actually a few of these are simple, quick answers. Gimbal project treasury and escrow refers to a set of smart contracts that are actually operating under the hood in the PPBL course right now. Okay, and we're going to learn more about how those work, maybe even today, if we dive into troubleshooting some of these transactions, and certainly in the 300 level modules. Okay, so this was a project in the previous iteration of Plutus PBL, and now we have these contracts operating under the hood. And as you've started to learn about this course, right, you're kind of going to see things working before we take you deeper and deeper under the hood to show you how those things work. But that's absolutely where we're going, is to understand those contracts. This one is a really good, quick question. This is the difference. This is like a semantic difference between GitHub and GitLab, okay? What GitLab calls a merge request, GitHub calls a pull request. They're exactly the same thing. They're just called different words across those two different platforms. Good, we got this one. I'm gonna bring that one in here. Does anybody want to focus on 202.5 in particular? Can I combine these two, or are those different? If there's no objections right here, I'm gonna leave these two in breakout room number 3. So general focus on module 202, which is about minting tokens, and then a focus perhaps on the Aiken minting script. All right. Now the reason we vote is just to decide what stays here and will be recorded in the main room, and other breakout rooms, people can opt in to focused sessions over in those. And just going back to Solo's question, the ideal situation is that we have enough of a capacity to support people who have all sorts of different questions. And like a lot of things across the Cardano development ecosystem right now, sometimes we can't deliver on all of that capacity need right now. And that's why we're building what we're building, right? Because we recognize we need more capacity, and we see that, you know, there's a place to start to build it. So thanks for engaging this together. But any objections to these being our 3 options today? Before we do a quick vote, does anybody want to add or remove anything?
Well, I still have my node installation that is giving me headaches, and I really am getting desperate. I don't know if that is a subject that we can throw in here.
Yeah, let me here. I'll help you with that, because I promised I would. Okay. And then we'll whatever, if let's say node installation troubleshooting.
Uh-oh. Solo, hey, are you trying to get the pre-prod note or the pre-prod note
Yes.
node or okay, okay. And then what was your I thought I always ask this, what was your operating system and setup? Oh, were you trying to get it installed on the external drive?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, now I remember. No
I
joy. Oh, that would be fun. That'd be fun to go over.
Yeah, we tried the last time, and I think Martin was there, and he helped try to troubleshoot, and we couldn't get it up. So not sure what is happening.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
sorry.
take a look at that. So I'll join you in breakout room number 4. But before I do, let's do a quick vote for what stays in the main room. Okay. If well, let's just see. Yeah, let's see what gets votes first, and then we'll see if we have the capacity to deliver on all of those rooms today. Just going to set up voting here.
So voting for where the camera goes.
Exactly. Yeah, we can only record one room because that's all the Zoom account we have for the moment. Thanks for understanding that as well. And again, like everything, we're going to level up over time. Okay, so everybody gets one vote, and we'll just give everybody a minute. If for whatever reason you're not in the Miro board, feel free to just type a number in the Zoom chat, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Here we go.
Rano. And as always, no wagering.
Bet on that horse.
I hope everyone did okay in the Kentucky Derby.
You talking about us or the horses?
Yeah, I was just about to say. no one got euthanized, I hope, during the run up. Which 7 horse anyway, there's a big horse race in America, and they kill horses every year trying to get them to run, and they break their legs and they euthanize them. So 7, which is sort of a big number, made the news, were had to be killed.
All right, what we gonna have here?
Yeah, clear winner ish. Oh, are there any on the chat?
None in the chat. All right. So
Looks
we'll
like
keep
no.
the node installation. All right. So here's what we'll do. That stays in the main room. I'm going to create 4 additional rooms. First one is module 203, commitment TX logic. Then we've got module 103 and module 202. Now I recognize, and I'm just making another one just in case. If we are able to make short work of the node installation troubleshooting and there is additional time, I can broadcast, a little message and maybe invite anybody in breakout room number 1 to come back to this room and we can record from there. But if people want to go just demonstrate the error and think about that, you can start in breakout room number 1. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
All right. All right. So we'll be recording first with troubleshooting node installation. The other 3 rooms now exist. And if there's time after getting some nodes up and running, we can bring the main conversation here back around to the commitment transaction and making sure that Eternal is working. But if anybody wants to go start that conversation, you could take that to the first breakout room. Questions before we keep going? All right. Thanks for engaging in this prototype of a decision-making process, and have fun, everybody. Solo, are you okay sharing a screen here?
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, gotcha. I'm going to
Yeah.
stop the share on my end.
Okay.
With you. Looking forward.
Window capture, yes. All right, give me 1 second, okay?
Yep.
Share, second one, share. Okay, so what are you guys seeing?
I see your terminal window.
All right, perfect. That's the intent. Okay, so what I would do here, I'm gonna just do a side-by-side terminal and my downloads and preparation pretty much for the installation. You guys can hear me right?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, perfect. So what I have is Linux and Ubuntu installation running. And what I ended up downloading was the node files. The latest node file, I believe, is this guy. So I downloaded that. The config files, that's what I have from the executables, and the node database folder where everything should be dumped into. Now, what I was trying to do was to watch through the PPVL video and run the commands that were listed there and see if I can get the node running. And this is all dumped on a USB. It's like a 512 gig USB that I have, and that's what I'm using for the actual node. I mean, at some point I'll have some pre-prod mainnet node installed on this, but this one is mainly for the pre-prod installation. Now, the question is how I structure the folders themselves. I have a separate folder for the node node files than I have for the config files. So the question becomes, is the folders even structured properly, to a sense that when I start trying to run this, the folders can actually, the directory, I'm in the right directory to actually run the commands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Good. So let's answer that question second. Can you just confirm when you type Cardano node -- version that indeed we are seeing 135.7?
Okay, so that's the question that we had to answer in the previous video, because it actually, the video on PPL doesn't actually cover that. What should I do to get to the node, the local node version?
Okay, so you can type Cardano -node.
Okay.
Space -- version. Let's see what we get.
Now, the question that I was asking there is, I guess we have to install the node, well, the node files first, or what am I supposed to do? Or
Right,
am I
without a
supposed to
doubt. Yeah,
CD?
exactly. So I want to make a distinction between the database, which is resource intensive, right? That's absolutely worth storing on external storage. So let's do it. But the node software itself doesn't need to be on the external drive.
Oh, okay.
And so what I would recommend is moving that directory right there just to a location you're happy with on your hard drive.
Okay. So let's see.
Yeah, now it's common if you downloaded these executables, and if you click into that folder, we can see what's inside the Cardano node directory, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's common to just move all of these files into your local binaries, okay? you don't, there's some that you could leave out, but if you're just getting started and not too concerned about all the details, to get this running, it's an okay move to just take everything in this directory and move it to your what would on a Linux system typically be like the /user/local/bin folder. Another option would just be to move this directory wherever you want to and add it to your path. Do you have a preference between those two options?
The latter preferably.
Great. Yeah. So let's just move that directory off of your external drive and onto your hard drive.
Okay. So that would be, I don't know, I can dump it into just the documents, right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. That works. And then what we want is the path. There you go. Right. And you want to add that path along with the name of that directory, of course, itself. Right. To your.
So maybe what I can do is, am I CDing into that folder?
Sure.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Okay. And then, you can PWD or you already have it. The goal now is for that route, home, solo, documents, Cardano node, for that to be on your path. Right. Are you familiar with how to update the path variable on this device?
No.
Okay. So let's do that first. And sorry, I need to look at my notes. Does anybody know off the top of their head where is that path variable stored? What's the quickest way to add this? Looking up.
Normally, the path variable are inside the bash RC or .profile inside the username folder. So if you go to the username folder and ls and finding that .profile file, inside it there is this path and you can add to it.
Okay, so
go back to your username. I mean, just like cd and what's this symbol? Going, yeah, that's possible as well.
Yeah, and I dropped a shortcut, right? Yes, you can go in and update the profile. Let's try that first.
But this one, I mean, the command James put, it's temporary. So if you turn off your system or even the terminal, it won't stay forever or something.
Yeah.
But you need to go to that .profile file.
Yeah. Usually if you just press enter right here. This will take you back to your home directory.
Right.
Yeah.
And then ls-la will show you that you have a profile file in the first place.
You said what -la?
ls space
Okay.
-la.
Yeah, .profile. You see that?
Good. I see bash RC. Where's the .profile?
.profile is around the middle.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay. So use that one.
So you need to open that in a text editor or something. Or if you're familiar with Vim or Nano or Emac, anyone.
Okay, that's getting a bit more complicated. All right, take this as somebody that is fairly new to Linux and trying to figure things out.
Okay.
Hey, we're learning by doing. This is great.
All right, so you text editor. I have a text editor here. It's not a code editor, but I do have a text editor open.
Actually, a code editor can be a text editor as well. If you are using VS Code or Atom, it's fine. I don't know. Yeah, this one works fine, but what is it exactly? What's the name of this tool?
It comes with the Ubuntu installation.
Because now we need to kind of open that because normally
I think you
file-
can. Yeah, Mix, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the file which has a dot behind them are normally a system file, therefore it's hidden. They are hidden. So you cannot kind of open them in normal text editor. So therefore it would be better to use a CLI kind of a stuff. But
I
yeah,
think you
go ahead.
can just type editor space dot profile. There should be a pre-installed editor.
Yes.
And now enter. Yeah,
Okay, so this is Vim, or no, it's Nano. This is
no,
Nano,
it's
right?
yeah, Nano, I think. Yes, Nano.
Okay.
So
Alright,
now
so-
you see that path. There is this. You see, there is this path at the line. There is no. Yeah, here.
That path, so it includes users. Okay. So you mean this path?
And yeah, but there are things more inside this path. This environment variable, that dollar sign and that path is an environment variable, and home as well. So you can add something after that. So it's like a slash, and after that path, yeah, there is a slash, and then you can add anything you want. And normally for Cardano is the folder that holds all the executable, like the Cardano node, Cardano CLI, all of them. So
Okay.
just add in a slash.
Well, this will
Sure.
only trigger if the user's private binaries exist. Maybe we would just want to add a line to the bottom of the file.
Yeah, that can happen. Same thing, like export that the command James put that inside the chat. You can take that and add that, but just that it should not be the capital E at the export. It should be the small E.
Oh, yeah, my fault. That was autocorrect.
And then add that command, same thing, at the end of the this file and the end of this profile. That's all.
Okay, so it's export.
We pause for just a second.
No.
Yeah.
Don't add here. As James was saying, yeah, let's just go to the end of the file, at the end of the file. End of this file.
Just at the big
yeah, end of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Ending. And then enter, open a new line, enter. Okay. And in this line, add the command James pasted and put it inside the Zoom chat. Yeah, export. And yeah, equal.
Export path equal.
$sign path. $sign path. And then a slash, and the directory of not dir, the direct. It means that the directory, it holds your executable in the Cardano. Where is it?
So is it the
Yeah,
the node
exactly
file?
this one. Yeah, exactly. Now you need to add the relative path. I think this path to. Yeah, this home solo documents, and then there's a slash and the Cardano node. But you can change it later, by the way. Like you can, there is this folder called OPT or user, which you can put your binaries, such as Cardano node or CLI, in them. So you don't need to put. It is a way for organizing stuff. No?
Okay. All right, so that's the full directory, the full path to the directory to the node files.
Yeah,
Right,
and there is this double slash which you need to remove it. It should be just one.
I just noticed. There you go.
Yep.
All
And
right.
then just save it, which is the Control X Control X.
X.
X, yeah. And then it's asked you, should I save that? And you
Yes.
put yes. File name to write, yeah, yes, there's no problem. But did we need sudo for editing this one? I
We'll see.
forgot.
We're about to find out. Yeah, just press
Yeah.
enter and see if you have permission. Yep. looks
Okay.
good. All right.
So now you need to kind of again open another terminal. So not this terminal, open another terminal, and now try to run that Cardano node -- version.
Okay, so
Cardano
Cardano node -- version. Enter. Command.
Didn't find it.
Okay.
So
I think it needs to be sourced. Close your whole terminal program and try
yeah,
to.
okay.
And reopen again is
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense. Okay. So Cardano node -- version.
Well,
That's interesting.
would you do this echo? Would you run this echo, and then path, just path? Just that yeah.
$sign path.
Yeah, dollar sign path. We want to see what's the content of this. That like, did we add something to it or not? Well, we didn't.
No, it didn't work.
And why? Maybe it should be in --RC, James.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Right.
I
Because
would say put it in bash RC. That's what I've done in the past.
Okay, so Solo, you need to add that command, the export and all of that, to another file. But that file is still it is inside this folder. So just write this command editor, but this time .bash rc .bash BASH RC. Yeah, enter. And same thing, like at the end of this file, again, adding same command we added to the .profile. But for me, I'm using Mint Linux. Normally things works on the .profile, but maybe in Ubuntu bash RC. In Mac, for example, you need to add it to ZSHRC or Z shell RC. So it's for any distribution things.
So we're doing the export.
Exactly.
The
Export path, and then equal $sign path, and then the directory location or the path of the Cardano node.
Okay, and I will do copy this.
But you need to remove that dir. That doesn't mean anything. Unless you will create a folder called dir, but in Linux we don't have something like that.
Okay, and then / Cardano node.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, enter.
And no, we need to save the file. So again, the process Control X, and then yes, which is Y, and then enter. So now again, let's close this terminal and open another one and testing out that did we add to this path or not. So first, let's go with Cardano DR. Let's see that's Cardano
node
-- version. Yep.
All right.
Congratulations.
Something is happening now. At least we are on the same page. Okay. Good. So if we, I guess now we can CD into the location of the executables and try to run the commands that were on the video.
So actually, and you shouldn't have to change directories from here now that you have Cardano node installed. Okay, so you
Okay.
had a text editor open with a Cardano node command.
Yeah, those commands are the ones that you was highlighted in the PPBL video.
That's right. That's right. So yes, so the first thing we should do is just try this command right here. It looks good. And the question we're going to answer is that external storage path working? Let's find out.
Okay.
So you can copy this whole command. I noticed that there's a CD at the front of it that doesn't need to be there. So maybe just get rid of that before copying and pasting to terminal.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Everything else
Probably.
looks like it ought to work. Let's give this a try.
I'm gonna have to double check the directories, because last time that we did this, we ended up changing a few things to see if there was like a file location issue. So the configuration file, it looks good. Yes, media configuration.json. Yes, the database pre-prod.database. Okay, I think we good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Ah, something is happening. Ah, okay.
Okay. So
Valid certificate.
it doesn't seem to be complaining.
I think the path for the socket file also needs to be in the bash.
Oh, is it
file.
not? Here, let's look at that again.
It started writing some stuff on the database file. Should I actually delete all of this when I rerun it?
Oh, maybe that might be getting in the way. Yeah, we could start over. You could just delete everything in that directory. Yeah. But then Sebastian just mentioned that, can you double check in the command in your text editor that the node socket path is there?
The socket, it says dot
Yeah,
socket.
Yeah, that looks good.
It looks good. It says that it's supposed to be the same as the database / no dot socket.
Let's try this again. So the first thing you checked is that you just deleted the old database. Let's see if that makes a difference. And if not, we'll try the next thing.
Okay. Enter. Okay. Same thing.
So that didn't solve the problem. Now, the question here is the reason this is happening because of the path to external storage, or is it another reason? And I'm not entirely sure yet. This error makes me want to double check on your config files, but does anybody else see anything?
Do you have write permission to write something on your external drive? Maybe it's probably like it cannot write something, you know.
It's a permissionless external drive. I tried this with an external drive that requires password access before, and it got stuck. So I ended up changing to a permissionless one. I mean, I can open the.
No, it's okay, but you know that the error is invalid certificate, and I wonder what is this certificate is pointing out. I mean, what's the permission? It's a system permission. I don't know. What's the permission of which doesn't have any or something valuable valid certificate for?
It says could not create initial chain validate state.
Yeah, and after the shutting down message, you see that there is this Cardano node could not create initial chain validation state and double colon invalid certificate.
So, right, so unless we're sure about this, this may or may not be happening because of the external storage. So if I was working on this alone right now, that's the first mystery I would want to try to solve. And so Solo, let me ask you this. I know your goal is to put the database on an external hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have 3 or so gigs available temporarily on this machine's hard drive, just so we can see if it works?
I believe so. So
Um,
maybe remove the config files onto the local drive.
that's so right. What I'm trying to do is isolate variables and try to figure out the precise reason we're getting this error. So what I would do is not yet move the config files. I wouldn't move those yet.
But just change
The location of the database.
But can we test something else before that?
Sure,
Because
sure.
I kind of stumbled upon this issue. Would you would you remove those 2 switches about the host and port? So there is inside that command, there is this switch, the host address ADDR, and there is about the port. Just
Yes.
remove them, or if you want to keep the command, just copy that on the line and just remove that. And
Okay.
then, so because maybe there is this issue about the network that you do not have a permission for the network configuration or something that can happen. So let's see. So then, yeah, remove these 2 lines. Exactly,
Okay.
and remove that as a space between these 2 as well. There is this line, yeah, and then run that command. And I hope it works, but it's sometimes worth a try. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So let's go follow the James about that permission about the folders and the space.
Okay. So James, do you want me to, you said move the database onto the local?
And you don't even have to drag and drop. Don't move any existing folders. Just go back to local, and let's do all of this from the command line. Okay, so switch back to your terminal window.
Okay.
Give us, you're already in the root directory, it looks like. Just type clear. Martin gave us a suggestion in the chat. Try typing DF and then space -H.
You said DF?
Yeah, it's in the chat. DF space -H.
Got it.
And let's try that. That will show us free space. Available.
Normally it's dev SD5, right? Or SD1? No, it's not the one.
Dev SDB.
No, it is STC2 at the last one. So you have
That's the media drive.
yeah, there are 475 gigabyte free RAM. So
Right, yeah, yeah. But
yeah.
no, what I was asking about is, can we try not using that drive just to find out if that's the problem? And what I see,
let's run locally. By the way, per prod, maybe the database is around 300 something megabyte. It doesn't.
Oh, it's even, why I had the number 3 gigs in my mind for some reason, but I might have just added a 0.
Somebody
yeah,
said
it's like in the root directory, I see 97 gigs available. So let's.
Well, yeah. So let's.
I mean,
So
yeah,
should-
there's definitely enough space for this.
You should be fine. Okay, so here's all we're going to do. Here, right in the root directory of your computer, for now, just make a directory called lowercase Cardano. Or erase that slash. type mkdir and Cardano. Yeah. Now cd into Cardano. Yep. And just same thing, make dir and just call this one lowercase db. Great. Now go back to your text editor and we're going to use that path right there as your database.
Okay, so that would be database. It's not going to be media anymore. It would just be slash.
It's going to be tilde slash and then Cardano slash db.
Okay.
And then
And-
same thing on the next line, but keep the node socket.
Node socket. Okay.
And then finally, because we're in the interest of isolating variables, let's bring lines 15 and 16 back up into this command.
Probably
And if
shooting.
it still doesn't work, we can try once again to delete those, but I think it's worth having these here.
Okay, so
All right, let's see what we get when we try this.
all right. Fingers crossed. Wow.
And would you please bring the topology.json and the
Yeah.
config.json to same folder to this Cardano
Exactly.
as well?
Yeah.
Just pull them and copy and paste in there.
A copy paste, cut and paste. I think copy paste would be fine.
They
Topology, yeah.
just,
Topology at the end, yeah. Topology.
I'll just copy all of them.
Yeah, I love them. No
That's
problem.
great.
Okay, so I guess it's this directory. Do I
Yeah.
dump them on inside DB?
No, make a config directory here, for example.
Yeah, new
Okay.
folder, yeah.
No. Config. Okay. And all right.
Good.
And then I'll just change the text editor. The directory in the text editor, yes.
That's right.
Okay. Where's my text editor? Here. Okay, so it would be copying this path and pasting and adding. Oh, it won't be. It would be Cardano /config. Copy, and this whole thing would be all the way up to here /config. Yes.
That looks good.
And the socket path, we've already updated that. And this should be the same thing. And we will have paste /config.json /config.
Yeah.
That's good.
And just double checking the file names in that config directory are just plain topology and config, right? Yes. Good. All right. Yeah, let's try this one.
Okay.
Would you run sudo behind this command, like sudo and then paste the command? sudo. And sudo means super user doing something. So, and then, yeah,
Wait, delete that last tilde.
yeah,
then.
it's that tilde. Yeah, exactly. And enter.
Yes.
And it asks
Ah.
your password. By the way, I think the command, yeah, because after sudo, you see that the thing
Oh,
we need to remove it.
let's see. I'll just go up and why does it copy with all that extra stuff?
By the way, if you hold Alt and moving forward, you will move word by word or command by command, kind of. So it would be faster to move inside one line. Just holding the Alt and then moving left or right. But
That was the right command though.
Maybe sudo doesn't have executable access. This is unlikely to be the reason. Yeah, I mean, we could give Cardano node root access. My instinct next is that we want to check the config files themselves. Okay, what we just showed is that the problem is not the external storage, right? Where we changed everything and we're getting the exact same error, but that's helpful information, right? Now let's make sure you have the right files in this config directory. Okay. Now to do that in a web browser, let's go to the Cardano node repo, or you can use the course documentation to get the direct link. Here, I'll find it for you.
But it doesn't exist inside the folder, inside those executable. There is this folder called configuration. I mean, I have that.
Yeah, I think I mean, there's a lot of different things you could do. What I would do right here is just delete those files. Let's download them again.
Okay.
Because I'm wondering if these are just the wrong ones. So
Yeah, maybe.
don't worry about your external storage for now, but let's go to that directory that we just set up, Cardano DB Cardano config.
So remove all of this and just
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And then in the chat, I'm dropping the link directly to the environments page.
Okay. All right. So we have Shelly, we have preview Shelly, preview testnet, pre-prod testnet. This is those are the files that I'm downloading.
That's
yes?
right. So yeah, we'll just download all 7 of those. And you can actually, if you go back one page, you can right click on each of them and click save link as. And we'll just
And
make sure that
directly-
those go to that new directory, right?
Good.
Yeah.
Save. And then No.
This back arrow, you're good.
Okay. Technically, we need like only two files out of this, yes?
Not really. Yeah, we're referencing 2 of them in the command, but some of them reference other ones that you're downloading now. We could do without the DB sync and the submit API for now, right? But yeah, you do need the other 5.
Okay. I think we
Okay.
have all 7 of them.
Those files are fresh. Let's try them. So now just run that same command again.
So up.
But without a sudo.
Yeah, we don't need the sudo.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, you see, holding Alt is faster.
yeah.
Or you can, if you want to, normally if you want to go at the beginning of the command, you can just click home if you have that key in your keyboard. Home will directly bring you at the beginning of the anything.
The other thing you can do is scroll up and down through your last commands using the up and down arrow keys.
Yeah.
Wow,
because,
same thing. So what's going on now?
okay. So,
Okay. Hmm. It's a little bit of a mystery. Now let's try. Remember how Mix suggested removing the host address and port lines? Let's now try that. Keep those. Yeah.
okay.
Just try removing lines 5 and 6 and then copy and paste that command. We'll see if that works. And I'm going into search on the web for this error mode. If anybody else wants to do the same, could not create initial chain validation state.
Let's. I'm going to search that inside the IOG server. This
Yeah,
one.
thanks.
Maybe something pop up.
Anybody else seen this one before?
This is interesting.
Is it a different error?
No, the error says invalid certificate.
Oh, okay. Before we give up on this though, go back into your file browser and you're in the config. Go up one directory to Cardano
Okay.
and just delete that DB. Just delete the whole DB directory. All right, now let's try that command again. The one with the local host and the port. So you could just open the text editor and try that one again.
But where would the DB directory lead to?
It's going to make it. The problem here might be that you had made the directory in the first place, which is actually unnecessary. And so I'm wondering if that's the problem.
Okay, so we are rerunning
This one. Yep.
top one. Okay, Cardano node, enter.
Yeah, still the same thing. Now you see how it made that DB directory for us just by you running that command. Okay.
Yes.
But that's still not working. And that's pretty frustrating. What's going on?
I saw that one person had the same issue, but no one responded to him.
I found it too.
Yeah. By the way, Solo, are you running this Linux on a virtual machine or WSL, or is it a bare hardware? How do you run this Linux?
Okay, so that's I guess one other thing that we haven't discussed in this meeting, but we did discuss the last time. This is a Linux instance that is running on a 128 gig external drive.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes much of a difference in this case.
Well, the person who had the issue, like the same issue, was running this node on WSL, which is a kind of a small virtual machine on Windows to run Linux. But
I mean, WSL technically pretty much installs Linux side by side with the Windows operating system. I mean, would it be better to use like I don't know, VirtualBox and create like a virtual machine or something instead?
Absolutely better. You know why? Because there are some.
Could it be that the USB is not able to handle the amount of information moving from the drive and the computer?
Handle, you mean like just the sheer free space or the speed of transfer?
No, solo. This is not your
communication.
problem, guys. This is not the solo problem. This is the bug inside the Cardano node. I just found it. You need to update that to the, at least for your version, 1.35.6. So let me show you this link in a
Change
Stack Overflow.
to, yeah, so why?
So in the link, I just found that there is a bug and there is an issue in Cardano node discussing about that. They fixed the bug. So now you need to go for 1.6.
Oh my goodness.
So why wasn't, like, I upgraded to 135.7 and didn't see this? Why do you think it's a WSL bug?
It's
Or-
something, yeah. I mean, no bugs happen. I don't know exactly.
Right, it's hard to know why.
Okay. So
Alright.
what I would do is, I mean, should we start over like with the USB installation or just use this?
I think we can get this running before we run out of time today. All right.
Okay.
Here's,
Just-
here's what we're
Alright.
gonna do. You're gonna go
Uh-huh.
back to the Cardano node website, the GitHub.
Uh-huh.
You have that open?
Let's see. Yes. Where we got the files.
This is the environment files. We are good here. What we want is the, if you go to module 102.
Put in the chat the installation.
Yeah, or yeah,
Oh, you got it in the chat, the developer portal. There you go.
We actually yeah, okay, if you go up a little bit more, you see there's the Linux platform. You can choose that link. Choose your platform.
I
No.
think that's
Yeah,
that's-
actually, do you mind going back to the course? Yeah, this is going to send us on a little bit of a chase, but you
Right.
have shown that you were just using the binaries. So if there's a
Right.
link directly in the course to those binaries, if
okay.
or we can get it for you.
102.
Yep, introducing Cardano CLI, first
CLI,
lesson.
yes.
Yeah,
And
Cardano node on GitHub.
yes.
Good. And then over on the right-hand side, it says releases.
Releases, 42 releases.
What's this? 8.0.0. What?
That's a new release.
Yeah,
let's-
but don't go there. I mean, I'm still using the 35.5. So
It jumped from 135.7 to 8.0.0.
yeah, that was really interesting. But
Just yesterday. All right, so there's some work to do here, but for now,
for me,
That's
this is a red
really-
flag, by the way.
very
Suddenly, very
interesting.
big number.
all right, but anyway, let's go scroll down and find 135.6.
2 days ago. Okay.
Oh,
135.7. 135.6. Okay.
now just download this binary. If you scroll down a little bit more, or I guess do you have to click through?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Okay.
Oh, by the way, I found that the same issue happening at version 8 as well. So
All right, so let's
be
go
aware,
back in
guys.
time. Static binaries, Linux.
All right. Oh my. And I guess I have to go through the unzipping process.
Right.
Okay. So downloads. Oh, I was like, what? No. There you go. Wait, is it already unzipped? Oh, we had already downloaded that the last time, actually.
Oh, great. Yeah, so just drag that whole folder to the same place as the 135.7 is.
All right, let's see.
Or
So-
remove that, just rename this folder. No.
Choices are cognitively demanding, Mix.
um
so you're in your downloads folder, you wanted to copy and paste. I mean, you could put it anywhere you want, really.
It's here. It was in
Documents, yeah. So if you want to go drag that one to documents, that's fine.
That's what I just did.
Oh, you
Now-
did. So it's in documents. If you, oh, it's there. Oh, great. Okay, so now back on your command line, you're going to open up that .-rc file again, but you got to go back to the root directory or the home directory. So just type CD, enter.
CD.
Yeah.
And that would be
Editor, editor,
editor
dot bash rc. Yeah.
the bash. Okay. And
And then just
Well,
set that line you added earlier, just change the 7 to a 6.
oh, yes. Good call there. Okay. Enter. Oh,
Yep.
Control X.
Right.
Y. Enter. All right.
And now
So-
one option, remember, was to close and open the terminal, but the other thing you can do is type the word source.
Enter.
Just add a R, SOURCE. And then .-rc. Yep. And now after you press enter, Cardano node -- version again, just to confirm that now we're on 135.6. Still on
Nope.
7. Not great.
Should we close and reopen and try again?
Yeah, let's try it. I guess the source thing didn't work.
Yes, it works.
All right, let's try that command one more time. I have a good feeling about this.
Okay, so
In your
I think
text
you need to
editor.
go to the Cardano directory and then run in the command. Or no?
No, you shouldn't have to. This
Okay.
will be installed
So inside
globally.
your editor, there is that command. Yeah, that command for.
Yeah,
So we're going with the first one along
Yep.
with the host and the port.
That's right.
Enter. Ah, okay. Yes.
Well,
It's
really,
working. All right, you have a
congratulations.
syncing node.
Oh my God.
And let's try that another command for tipping the chain so you can see the process for syncing. So please open another window for the terminal.
On the terminal.
Yeah, another window. Yeah.
Okay.
And then type Cardano CLI. Cardano-CLI, sorry. Yeah. Query and tip, right?
It's not going to work. Who knows why?
Is it query dash tip?
No, I think it was just
Yeah, it's query space tip, but it's not going to work yet because we got to set the node socket path.
oh
Let's see. Ah,
no, I mean the command was different. I mean,
Yeah, no, well, I mean, so what we want to be able to do is type query tip, and then we have to specify the network that we're querying, which is testnet magic 1. And we're going to be able to do that in a second. But if we tried that right now, we would get an error because there's one more thing we have to do, which is export the Cardano node socket path. The command in question is directly in the lesson 102.1, which might be the easiest way to grab the beginning of it.
yeah. I mean, I can.
But it'd be good to just know that this thing is working. Here, so this link right here, let's put it in the chat.
Cardano CLI query testnet magic one.
No,
Yeah.
the link is above this message. This is the one that we are going to see an error.
Magic.
Because we
model one.
haven't set the node socket inside the bash RC or profile. Bash RC.
So I just dropped a link to the course to lesson 1021. And if you go to that link and you scroll down to step 4D where it says check status, you'll see the line that you need. What I'd recommend doing is copying the line that says export Cardano node socket path. Just copy and paste that into your text file.
Node version.
Go down to keep going until you find step 4D.
Step 4 BCD. Check status.
That's the line you need right there, but copy it as is into your text editor because we just have to customize that path to match the one you're using.
Okay.
And you could put that on line 10 of this file underneath your Cardano node command, just so you know that this command goes with that working Cardano node run. These other ones are experimental. And we'll leave it to you to see if you can get it working on the external media. We just want to make sure that this path matches precisely the path you have as the socket path. So you could just copy everything on line 4.
So
After the word path, don't include the socket path part. Just from the tilde. Yeah, there you go. That's the socket path we want after the equal sign. Just everything to the end. Yeah, and now just delete everything to the end of that line. Keep the part you just pasted, but delete the rest. Yeah, there you go. Now in your new terminal window, the one where the node is not running, just copy and paste that new export.
enter.
Yep. And then if you tap up twice, you'll have the Cardano CLI query tip command. Now we want to write space -- testnet - magic.
Testnet magic one.
Space 1. Cool. Your node is 13% synced. Nice work.
Huh?
Great. But you need to add this command export to your bash RC. So you don't have to run
do it
the
every
same
time.
thing every time. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, welcome to the world of
This
suffering.
is fantastic. This is good. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. All right.
So editor, editor, and then bash RC, and then copying this command and adding to the end of the file.
That bash RC.
Dot bash RC, yeah.
Okay. Scrolling down, and then
The command you made in the editor, yeah.
okay. Export, enter. That's it.
Control X to save it, and then yes, and then enter, yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, so now you don't need to run that command anymore, and yeah, welcome. And then you need to just tip it time to time to get like 100% fully safe. But I wonder, James, can he just cut and paste that DB inside his external drive and things get synced or no? Maybe that's an experiment you can take.
Yeah, ideally and sometimes. And
Yeah.
there are some other things
Yeah.
that may emerge.
But so, you know, if you are going to use your external drive, therefore there will be new path and directory, you know, so you have to update those paths inside bashrc to these new one inside your inside your external drive, or you can keep them both. It's fine.
Okay.
But, it would be better to have one because, you know, some conflict happen. But anyway, you can try that in your time.
Yeah.
But I think it would be fine, no problem. I mean, the bug was, but we learned, you know, we learned something new. And
That's right.
again, be careful, guys. This issue, for some reason, happening still at the latest version as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which people doesn't know why it's happening. Maybe it's kind of because it's called has a color stack. Maybe there is some problem with the code, with the Haskell code. Like there is this ledger.hs has some problem happen. So they're going to fix that. No problem. But
In other news, I didn't think we were going to see Cardano Node 8 until like 2042. So gotta update my worldview pretty dramatically here.
But what is this chronicle? I mean, where is this
Yeah, we gotta find.
logic?
Yeah.
Like, why not 2? Like it was 1.37 something. Why not 2? Like just jump
Yeah.
into 8.
It would feel reasonable to go to 2, but yeah. All right, so we got a problem to think about there.
Before we
Let's go.
disconnect,
Yes.
just a quick question. I don't want this to stop running, so can I just keep my computer on till it is like 100% sync?
Yeah.
Like
It'll take like 2 hours, give or take, for pre-prod. It might take, if you tried to do this with mainnet, the very same thing, it might take a day and a half.
So how do I change in the display setting to like leave the computer on?
I think,
maybe
yeah, in your
power.
power, there is this hibernation setting or something. Dim screen.
Yeah. It looks like you have automatic power saver when you're on battery power.
I mean, I'm not on battery, so it's
So it might
plugged
be fine.
in my system here. Yeah, I'll figure something out. It should be okay. All right, yeah. Thank you, everybody. You guys have saved my life today.
So
Uh-huh.
the way I do it on mine, I'm running Ubuntu, is just, have it so it never turns the screen off, and just turn the screen brightness down if you don't want the screen up bright. Not in the settings. You've got some buttons on the control that you can change the brightness of your screen.
Ah,
If
okay.
you look along your top line where your volume buttons and things like that are.
F12 adjust the brightness.
Yeah, so you can turn it right down, and it dims it right down, and you can just about make out that there's characters on the screen, but it's not intrusive if you're doing other things in the room.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
no problem.
All right. Thank you. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the help.
Bet, man. Congrats.
Absolutely.
I would love to look at the validation problems for the commitment transaction. Would it be okay if we make that a high priority for tomorrow's session?
Sure.
Cool. And Claudia, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to look at that together, because both, I'm sure there is like something that needs to be troubleshoot troubleshot. Is that a word? But also I'm excited to be diving into those contracts with everybody. And so this is going to give us a chance to look at how the contracts work, to look at how the off-chain code works, make sure it's working. So that should be fun if we prioritize that as maybe the main room tomorrow. And we'll see what else is on the agenda for other breakout rooms. All right.
We
Thanks
have
for
a
the
new
session
name
today. y'all.
also for this era, James. I didn't notice. We have a Conway era. So it's not the Walter. We need to call
I
it.
know. There's a new era. There's always something to keep up on, right?
Yeah.
Someday we're going to play with Hydra heads, aren't we? I heard they're available. So
They are saying, I mean, I don't know how available it is. They are saying that it is on mainnet, but yeah.
no, it's ready to go. It's just waiting for us to play with it, but we'll get there.
Great. Let's not troubleshoot. Let's do the trouble. Trouble.
Let's find new
something.
trouble.
Yeah, new trouble.
Find new trouble. Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
keep finding it. All right. Appreciate y'all for this one. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Actually, it looks like 103 is still going. I might leave this open for them if they're still going strong.
What
But otherwise,
what I would do by myself is I'll try to run the mainnet node and dump it into the USB, the 512 USB, and see how it goes.
yeah, you're ready for that experimentation now that you got like your baseline. That's awesome.
That's right.
That's great. All
All
right.
right. Thank you,
Yeah, good
everybody.
luck.
Gonna
Thank you,
stop the
guys.
recording here. If you've been watching, come hang out. See you soon.